Well, I'm here at the Offline TV House for more coverage of this holiday extravaganza here. I'm joined right now by Fedmyster, who is both editor and personality and all sorts of things, right?
I honestly don't know at this point.
Yeah.
I like stream rarely, and then like I guess I edit everything and then shoot like everything as well.
Get banned from Twitch. There's all sorts of stuff that happens.
Yeah. Honestly, do you know the full story about that?
I don't know the full story. I don't know if you want to disclose it in the interview. We can always talk about it later. But
We can talk about it later.
yeah. But either way, so a controversial figure. No. And you're banned from Night Blue, right? You've got that shirt on as well. I think. Yeah.
Got the blocked by Night Blue.
Yes.
I mean, we're friends now, but it was a joke. But
Good stuff. Well, okay. So how did you get involved in all this stuff? Because you are one of the guys that's been around sort of from the start here, or almost from the start.
so how did I get involved with offline TV or just in general? Offline. Well, I was editing for IWillDominate, and at the time, I was kind of getting burnt out. You know, highlight editing is kind of grindy. And Chris reached out to me. Well, I was talking to Scarra, but Chris reached out to me. I guess they talked in private. And Chris reached out to me, was like, "Hey, would you be interested in moving in?" Because I think the current editor they had didn't have correct like direction with like how they wanted to go. They asked me to come join in, and when I found out I was working with Mark and Josh, I was like, yeah, I'm like super down, because we complemented each other really well. And Mark's kind of like, he's an asshat, but he's like super fun to work with. And then Josh is like super creative. He has like write experience, and then me, I'm just a creative nut. So it kind of worked out. Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys do come up with some pretty crazy ideas. I think maybe the first offline video I saw, it was either Smash or Pass with League of Legends, where I was like, wow, Scarra's made an about face with some of his content, or it was the wireless keyboard prank that you did with Pokey and Lily.
You know what's funny about the wireless keyboard prank? It was like I woke up one morning and I was like, this is a video. Yeah. And then it just like I just went into Lily's room and like started recording, and then that's how it all happened. Yeah. It's crazy.
So is that how a lot of the content ideas come up here, or do you guys have to do brainstorm sessions? I mean, how does this stuff work?
Some of it's brainstorm sessions. Others is just like kind of like last minute, like Mariachi Band. Another one that's like super last minute, like just like called Chris, hey, can we like use Scar's money to like prank him? Like, is that okay? Like, is that legal? Yeah. And others like the one we did today is more planned out. Yeah. But it's kind of like 50-50.
And the one you did today, you guys did like a kind of secret Santa gift I don't want to say gift exchange, but secret Santa thing with all the fans sending in gifts, right?
Yeah, correct. Everyone got their own gifts. I got some interesting stuff. I got a thong and a vibrator, and yeah, that was fun.
Does this allow me? So you're the clickbait master. So does that mean that I can now in the headline pick "Gone Sexual" at the end of this?
Yeah, that's all you, Travis. Yeah, okay, whatever you need, I'll say it. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it. No, I mean, can you say something like controversial about Pokey? Because I feel like if you just reference her, that seems to be a secret that you guys have used here, I think.
Yeah, Pokey is probably the most. She knows, like she knows how to like clickbait, yeah. But then do her face though. It's just so like she can make any kind of face and like 500 kVs instantly. So I'm always like taking advantage of her personality and her face for like I think if you look at her channel, it's like 80% Pokey. Yeah. So thanks Pokey, I guess.
So just the Pokey pictures. I mean, also, so did you have? I guess you had the experience from the IWillDominate stuff that you had done, but it seems like you have been. My impression is that you are leading the charge on kind of figuring out how to do like the crazy clickbait titles and coming up with like all the thumbnails and stuff. The thumbnails are great. So, I mean, is it sort of how did you come about realizing like how to go full YouTube?
So I had like a year of experience working for Dom, and he kind of like didn't like monitor me or like manage me at all. It's kind of just me figuring things out. So I had all that experience trying to figure out, okay, what is clickbait? What do people, what will people complain about? You know, if I clickbait too hard, do I clickbait too little? So trying to find the middle ground between like, what are people going to complain about? What they don't complain about. So And then applying that all here, it's like really easy because you're working with like huge personalities, and it's very easy to market to a community of people. Yeah.
One of the things that everybody's brought up in all these interviews that I've done is that the kind of target for offline was to hit 100K by the end of the year. I hit 100K recently on my channel. It feels really good. But you guys exceeded that. You recently broke 200K, I believe. Yeah. So what has it been like for you? Because if you kind of are the guy really running the channel, so to speak.
When they told me they wanted to get 100K by December, I was like, that's such a low standard. I was like, okay. No offense, but yeah. I wanted to get 300 by December. So to me, this is like sort of a failure, but like I think we are like on good track. And I think with the personality we have, it's like very possible. But my goal is to make the channel like the size of like Team 10, something like huge, something people across the world will know about. I don't want to like limit ourselves to like the gaming community, because I think that's a low. I want to reach for big. Yeah.
What advice would you give my YouTube channel, Fed? What do I need to do for my interviews and all the content that I do so that I can make it big?
You just need to interview Pokimane. I'm just kidding.
Just Travis Gafford here for another Poke interview.
You can interview titty streamers too. No, I hear they're great at speaking in front of cameras and such. Yeah. But no, I think your channel's great. You barely hit 100K?
Yes. But I mean, I only started trying again a couple months ago.
You're independent now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. You're on a good track then.
Well, I had like 50 when I came back from Yahoo, because this was like a channel from years and years ago. So, but I've been pretty happy. It's interesting. Like I used to do all the titling and stuff for Reddit, right? Because Reddit for esports content creators, that's like the place where all the content lives. Now, actually, that's only a fraction of my viewership. So it's been kind of interesting diving into the whole YouTube stuff and trying to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah. I think I wake up every day and I see you on Reddit. And it's just like, that. When I was editing for Dom, I was like, okay, if this video can get on Reddit, like it'll help like so much with the channel. It's like Reddit actually like built my career, if that makes any sense. Before I even started working for Dom, I was doing trailers for like matches for TSM versus CLG hype trailer.
Yeah, you messaged me.
I did?
Yes.
Oh, you're right. You know, I asked if I could use I remember this. I remember this so vividly. I asked you if I could use Darshan, a clip of Darshan saying something in your interview.
Yes. Let me see if I can find. I'll find the DM. But yeah, so you started doing all this stuff, right?
Yeah. And yes, I was doing trailers, and I think when I hit my first 2,000, I posted my first video on Reddit, and I was like, okay, someone told me you should post a video on Reddit. It might do well. And I posted it on there, and it got 2,000 views, and I started crying. Yeah. Because I had never gotten above like 1,000 views in my life. Yeah. And then I saw the comments, and it just blew up, and like it was insane. And I think it was then my channel hit like 5,000 subs, and then after the TSM CLG trailer, I got so many emails from like. From Mike Milanov at Team Liquid, and then Steve from Team Liquid as well. Noah from Immortals, like asking me like, hey, can you like do this stuff for us? Can you do top 5 plays, like highlighted stuff? And I was just like, yeah, I'm down. And I didn't really know like how to approach it, because I've never like done commission or contract work for anyone. But you know, it was all a learning experience. And then eventually I just settled down with Dom, because I thought it'd be like ultimately like a steady path, you know, to grow a channel from like zero. Because at the time, Dom, I don't know if you know, he was just starting his streaming career. He like retired just then, so it worked out really well. Yeah.
So like here's from April 19th, 2016, less than 2 years ago, which is kind of crazy. Hi Travis, my name is Federico, and I make those hype trailers you might have seen on Reddit. I am contacting you because I'd like your permission to use a soundbite of your last interview with Darshan for my next piece. I've been strictly using Riot-only content, but there's just a perfect couple lines I'd love to include, and I thought it wouldn't hurt to ask. Of course, if you agree, I'd include links to your interview page in the description. Thanks, smiley face. If you missed the last hype vid, you can check it out here. It's very cute. And I said, yeah, of course, as long as it's less than 30 seconds. I don't, because this was when I was with Yahoo. I didn't want them getting in trouble, so... It was a very, very good. And then the next time I messaged you, I said good pranks, because it was after the keyboard video. So I was funny, as this has happened a couple times where I like interact with somebody, and then I'll look in the DMs after I've like met them again, and they'll have messaged me from before. So it's kind of cool to see you get your start that way, you know?
Yeah. It's crazy because so much like time flies so fast when you're just grinding like every day. It's insane.
Yeah. Where are you from? The Southern California area, or did you have to move out here?
I'm from Encino, so literally Sherman Oaks area, like 10 minutes away. Yeah. And I went to school in UC Santa Cruz, and then I dropped out because I wanted to like do highlight editing for Dom. I thought it's like, I don't know. I just thought it'd
making it big, working for IWillDominate. You know, that's it. You know, who needs to be an engineer or a scientist? Like,
I was going to school for film, you know, and going to school for film is risky in and of itself because you generally, from all the people I've spoken to, like going to school for film is like you're not guaranteed a very good job like straight out of school, and I didn't want to like be a assistant editor for like the rest of my life, so I kind of just took the risk and thought I do something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about gaming, passionate about League, and I knew Dom. Like I watched him play, so I was like, okay, maybe this will work out, maybe it won't. So we'll see. Take a year off. Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah. Broden, my video producer who's filming this right now, he went to school. He went to Chapman. He graduated, and now he gets paid in lunches, you know, to film me and do these little videos. So yeah, you made the right decision. You got out of there. He spent all this money, and now it's you know. I told him come to Yahoo. It's gonna be big. What's the worst? It's Yahoo. Verizon's coming in. Everything's gonna be great. You know, you get to work with the best. Now I'm like, hey, Broden, do you want to do this interview? I can buy you lunch.
I actually applied to Chapman, but I got stupidly denied. But that's on me. I didn't spend that much effort on my application. But anyways, when I was working for Dom, I was making like an insane amount of money. So, but then I moved over here, and now I'm making barely enough for lunch. Okay. So
it's about the same. Yeah.
We've met.
Scarra and Travis screwing over video producers everywhere. Yeah. Very good. Well, hey, on that note, sort of at the end of the interview, it's a perfect time to ask this question. There's a lot of editors out there that would love to get involved in all this stuff. Is there anything that you would say to them because, you know, they're aspiring, maybe they're making some YouTube stuff, and they might DM me and say, hello, my name is Thomas, and I'm make this videos, you know.
I get those DMs every day, I swear to God. I'd say my best advice is to just find excuses to practice. Like if you just practice, find excuses to make content and learn from other people's content. How are they doing this? Why are they successful? You know, if you figure out like what the whys and hows, like everything is in front of you. Google, YouTube, and you can learn everything online, I swear. It's all in front of you. You just got to like use it and apply it. And maintain the concepts and reapply them. That's it. Yeah.
Sounds like you're saying a college degree from Chapman is a waste of time and money. This is what I'm getting.
No. It's totally not, because you get the practical experience. You know how to use a camera, f-stop, you know, all this other stuff, which you could also learn online. But you know, but you do learn theoretical stuff, which is also interesting because it helps you talk to other people about, you know, interesting ideas, which is useful sometimes.
Yeah. Very, very good. One thing it helps you learn how to make beautiful thumbnails with text and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Really pushing that clickbait, you know.
Just the thing they don't teach you at Chapman, how to put Pokey's face on every thumbnail. That
should be a separate class, honestly. Yeah. I would take
clickbaiting with Pokimane.
Clickbaiting women 101 on the internet.
Oh boy. All right. Well, thank you so much for the interview. Really quickly, because I'm sure a bunch of people in the comments are going to be like, why is he wearing that stupid yellow thing? Do you want to explain what this is? Because this has been making noise all interview.
Yeah. So this is, I guess, a hazard suit because we were unboxing our Christmas presents. You know, I'm concerned, you know, what was going to be in there. Yeah. So, you know, I got my mask, I got my suit, and my gloves. So I was pretty prepared. I think everyone should have been wearing them. I don't know why they weren't. Yeah.
Some dangerous stuff these days. Thank you so much for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out more coverage of all things YouTube Clickbait 101 right here on my YouTube channel.
Hello everyone, this is Travis Gafford, and thank you so much for supporting me here on my YouTube channel where I do lots of interviews and videos. If you would like to support me more, you can check me out in the description below. Thank you. I sounded like Squidward. I think you sound like Squidward to me. All right.